perfect for the working professional, as you can earn your degree on your own time with our flexible online courses. For more information, visit www.enmu.edu/NSW. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you building since 1944.
There really is no one quite like you, and no one quite like the ones you love. At Turpinning & Son Mortuary, they take pride in providing families with the best service possible. The phrase, "we make it personal," is not just a tagline. It's the way they conduct themselves every day as they honor the ones you love in their own unique and special way. Located at 611 West Grand in Artesia. Visit artesiafunerals.com to learn.
Call 623-5344, serving all of southeast New Mexico.
MAC Energy Company is working to develop today's energy with tomorrow's technology. Technological advances presented new possibilities for exploration. We strive to utilize these advances and stay abreast of innovative technology to ensure that our company is a forerunner in the quest for energy for many years to come. But more importantly, MAC Energy Corporation is committed to being an advocate of the communities around us. We invest in community initiatives that focus on youth, education, and innovative projects that address local issues. To learn more about MAC Energy, our affiliates, and our commitment to our youth and communities, visit us at mec.com. Hey, softball fans, welcome to the pregame show. We're going to get you over to Lovington, New Mexico in just a moment, but big game tonight between Artesia and Lovington. Artesia, the number 1 team on Max Preps this week. Lovington, number 3. Overall, in all of softball of New Mexico, Artesia is 5, Lovington is 7. This is a big game tonight. Artesia, having lost 2 games to Lovington in Artesia, looking for the win here tonight to make sure they stay in the top 2 or 3 when the seating and selection committee comes out with their state tournament invitations on Sunday. Joby will have the play-by-play for you, and Lovington tough at home. We'll see if the Lady Bulldogs can get one on the road tonight. They finish up their season on Friday night at home at the MAC, hosting Portales. Lovington will host the Goddard Lady Rockets for their season finale doubleheader on Friday in Lovington. Big baseball series coming up this weekend. The Artesia Bulldogs and the Goddard Rockets. Both teams are 6-0 in district going into this final 3-game series, so the winner's going to be the district champ. Goddard has been the number 1 team in 4A baseball pretty much the entire season. Artesia has moved up to number 7, so Bulldogs looking to win the series and a chance to be the district champions and get a top 8 seed when the seating and selection committee makes their decision this weekend for the state tournament that starts next week. Bulldogs have one more baseball home game. That's Thursday at 5 against Goddard, and then they finish up at Goddard with a doubleheader Friday at 5 and 7. We will have all these games on radio and TV this weekend. Of course, we've got the softball game from Lovington coming up here in just a few minutes. On Thursday, we'll have the baseball game on radio and TV, and then on Friday night, radio and TV will be the softball game against Portales out here at the MAC. And the baseball game, our friends in Roswell, we've got Henry Villarreal on play-by-play and our very own KSVP TV crew doing the video Friday night on the Bulldog channel at ksvptv.com. So check it out if you can't make it on Friday night. Seating and selection on Sunday. Let's hope all of our local teams get into the playoffs. When we come back, Joe Coddling will have the play-by-play for you from Lovington here on KSVP and ksvptv.com.
In 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 7, the Lord says to Samuel, "Do not look on his appearance or on the height of his stature, because I've rejected him. For the Lord sees not as man sees. Man looks on the outward appearance, but the Lord looks on the heart." You know, we think about the heart, and it's not the organ that beats in your chest, but it's the center of your life. What is the center? Are you focused on maybe a sport or school or a job or family? Or is your center, is that on Jesus? Is that on God? You know, because that's really what God was saying to Samuel. Samuel was looking for this next king, and he's looking at all these boys that are tall and good looking, and God says, no, I want you to find the one that's been prepared, that's ready for the job at hand. And so we look at our own lives. Where are we centered in life? Is it on Jesus, or is it on the things of the world? If you struggle with that, please come visit us at the Hermosa Church of Christ and let us help you.
Cisco Equipment in Artesia is your local dealership for construction equipment, both for rental and purchase. We have a full service department and parts department to provide the equipment, parts, and service you rely on.
With brands like Linkbelt, Hyundai, JCB, XCMG, and more, we want to be your primary choice for all of your equipment, sales, rentals, service, and parts. If you're looking for a specific part, come see us first.
Cisco Equipment carries a solid line of new and used equipment for rent and for sale, including excavators, loaders, telehandlers, backhoes, skid steers, and more. We proudly serve southeastern New Mexico, and we offer multiple locations in Texas, so that no matter where your job is, we're here to help you get the job done.
Stop in and see us today at 1706 South 1st Street, or give us a call at 575-748-1314.
We look forward to earning your business.
Cisco Equipment in Artesia, a proud supporter of your Artesia Bulldogs.
Since 2019, Spur Energy Partners has remained dedicated to the markets we operate in, including right here in Artesia, New Mexico. We take pride in our community and strive to be responsible citizens by supporting our local economy, schools, and families. That's why Spur Energy Partners is thrilled to bring the Artesia Bulldog broadcasts to you. Wishing the Bulldogs the best of luck and safe travels. Play hard with Bulldog Pride. This message courtesy of Spur Energy Partners.
If you're missing a tooth or several teeth, a dental implant may be the ultimate solution. Implants look and feel so much like real teeth that you probably forget you have an implant. Maupin and Brown Dentistry is one of New Mexico's most experienced implant providers, with literally thousands of implant patients who are absolutely delighted with the results. Call Maupin and Brown today for an evaluation. You'll be surprised how affordable implants can be. Maupin and Brown, your choice for experienced, state-of-the-art dentistry.
Once again, the best-selling truck in America for the 47th consecutive year is Ford F-150. Nobody sells more trucks than Ford, and nobody has a better selection of new and certified pre-owned Ford trucks than Artesia Ford Sales. Our inventory of Ford F-150 trucks has never been better. Plus, Artesia Ford has a great selection of new and certified pre-owned SUVs like Explorer and Expedition. Find out why Ford F-150 is the best-selling truck in America for yourself. Stop by Artesia Ford Sales today or visit artesiaford.com.
Wilbanks Trucking Services in Artesia is seeking dedicated and motivating individuals to join their team. Immediate openings include CDL drivers with pay starting at $25 to $33 per hour depending on experience. Riggers with pay starting at $20 per hour, and open positions for owner-operators. Wilbanks Trucking Services offers full benefits including medical, dental, vision, 401k, and housing for out-of-town employees. For more information on career opportunities, please call 575-746-6318 or online at wilbanks.us. Wilbanks Trucking Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Check it out.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
All right, Bulldog fans, Joby Hodling here on KSVP Radio and KSVPTV.com, and we're in Lovington, New Mexico, as our Artesia Lady Bulldogs playing their final game of the three-game set against the Lovington Lady Wildcats. We lost to them at home, 0-2 against them. We're 4-2 in district. They are 6-0. So we need to get this win tonight and then sweep Friday night and hope that Goddard gets one or more from Lovington. And here we go. Game is ready to go. First pitch, called a strike at the plate for the Bulldogs is number 2, Kenna Morrison. Pitcher on the mound. That's a swing and a miss on a changeup, so strike 2 is Sabri Sanchez for the Lovington Wildcats. If you're watching on the radio, the Lovington Wildcats wearing pink shirts with their blue, Lovington blue bottoms and pink socks. Here's the pitch, swing. That's going to be a little blooper up the middle. The shortstop pick it up, fired in time, and that's out number 1 on the ground out. Little bloop over the pitcher. Shortstop picked it up, fires it across 6-3 the put out if you're scoring at home, and that'll bring Perseus Aguilar to the plate for the Artesia Bulldogs. On the season, that was so quick there, and I had an issue with my computer. First pitch is ball 1. On the season, Perseus, a senior, batting .568. She's got 9 home runs so far, and she just looked at ball 1. Here's the wind in the pitch. Ball, he called it a strike. So on the outside corner and up in the upper part of the strike zone. So 1-1 now the count to Perseus. On deck is Caden Apodaca, and in the hole, Mackenzie Carlo for the Bulldogs. Here's the pitch, and there's a hard shot to the right side. Gets by the first baseman for a single. So a 1-out single for Artesia. Puts our first base runner on in Perseus Aguilar, and that'll bring Caden Apodaca to the plate. Caden on the season batting .277, 3 RBIs, 1 and 7 home runs. Here's the wind in the first pitch. Called strike 1, caught the inside part of the plate. Down and in on the strike zone, so 0-1 the count to Caden. On deck is Kinsey Carlo, and in the hole, Kinsley Rodriguez. Here's the wind in the pitch. That's high. Ball 1, 1-1 now the count. That was outside as well. But it definitely is a wide strike zone, so both teams' pitchers should love that, and both batters for both teams should be prepared for it. Here's the wind in the pitch. That's going to be called a strike on the outside corner. So 1-2 now the count. So Caden will have to protect the plate here. Perseus down at first base. Here's the pitch. Swung on. It's going to be a little bloop over the shortstop's head. That will be a base hit, and Perseus is going to hold up at second base. So single moves the runners around, and it'll be 1 out, and to the plate comes Kinsey Carlo. Umpire stepping out. We're going to have a courtesy runner for Caden, who is pitching today. That's going to be Nisel Jimenez coming in to courtesy run. She'll be running in place of the pitcher. So the umpire writes all that down. Kinsey coming to the plate on the season. She's batting .429 in 78 plate appearances. Steps in on the right side to face Sanchez for the first time tonight. Here's the pitch. Powell tipped it down for a foul tip, strike 1. Kinsey steps back in on the right side, looking to drive one somewhere. Wind kind of blowing across the field from right to left, so it'll be good. There's a ground ball to the left side, and they're going to tag out the lead runner, Des Corral, who is playing third base. So fielder's choice for out number 2, and she fielded it cleanly and was able to get the tag on. Everybody else safe. So 2 outs now, runners at first and second, and stepping into bat will be Kinsley Rodriguez, the third baseman for the Bulldogs. She's batting .442 on the season, 60 plate appearances. And ball 1 across, so she'll step back in 1-0. She's looking to drive it somewhere, hit a gap. They're playing the Bulldogs very deep in the outfield. Here's the pitch. Ball outside, 1-1, or 2-0 now the count to Rodriguez. On deck is the first baseman, number 10, Maddie Martinez, and in the hole, left fielder, number 13, Zoe Warren. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on. It's a pop fly. It's going to be shallow. Shortstop is going to fade back and make the play. And that'll be out number 3. Bulldogs get 2 hits but no runs. There were no errors, and there was 2 runners left on base. Bottom first coming up with Lovington leading off. Quiroga, Hernandez, and Rodriguez.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency.
Every piece of land has a story, written by those who work it. But everyone's story is different. So the question is, how will you tell yours? Behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor, mower, or Gator utility vehicle. Run with us and start telling your story today.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
All right, welcome back here. Let's set up the defense for the Bulldogs as we got Zoe Warren out in left, Haley Tucker in center, and Jenna Whitmire in right. Around the infield, Kinsley Rodriguez at third, Kinsey Carlo at short. Second baseman for the Bulldogs is Michaela Lujan. And the first baseman is Maddie Martinez with Perseus Aguilar catching and Caden Apodaca in the circle. Coming to bat for the Lovington Wildcats, number 2, Anahi Quiroga. So on the season, number 24, Caden Apodaca, our sophomore, has a 1.13 ERA, 5 wins, 2 losses, 714 winning percentage. She's appeared in 9 games. And she is leading us off here for the Artesia Bulldogs. Quiroga steps in. First pitch is fouled off to the left side and out of play. And Quiroga on the season, I pulled up the wrong sheet. Quiroga on the season is batting .426 and 68, or 87 batting plate appearances. She has 1 0 home runs. Looking at the wrong thing. That's a line drive. That's going to be dove and caught by Haley Tucker. She made a fantastic play and stole extra base hit with that great dive. So the line drive out into shallow left center, and she charged it and then dove and made the play for out number 1. So Tucker, fantastic play. That'll bring Layla Hernandez to the plate. She is number 5 on the Wildcats, and here's her first pitch of the ball game. Called strike 1. She's a senior batting .388 and 78 plate appearances. So she'll step back in. Again, Apodaca ready to go. Here's the wind in the 1. Down and in. Just missed. Ball 1. 1-1 now the count. So stepping back in is Hernandez. Here's the wind and the pitch. Bounces it up there for ball 2. 1-2 now the count. Lady Bulldogs, I looked today in the coaches poll, ranked number 3 as they fell to Lovington last week, and 2 at Artesia. There's a swing and a drive out into left field. That'll fall for a base hit. Coming up throwing, firing it into second base is Zoe Warren. So the 1-out single puts their first base runner on. And that'll bring Zabri Rodriguez to the plate. She's a junior batting .545. She's got 9 home runs to lead the team in homers. And she's been to the plate 83 times. She steps in. Her first at-bat today against Caden Apodaca. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike 1. Looked like an off-speed pitch. Good change-up. As Rodriguez comes in and has a word with Apodaca from third base. Word of encouragement. Here's the wind in the pitch. Another little change-up. She stuck her bat out there and fouled it off to the right side. So that is strike 2. 0-2 the count. And Apodaca getting back onto the pitcher's plate, ready to go. Gets her signal, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. She got her swinging. Good high heater. And that is out number 2 on the swinging strike. So come to the plate, number 13, Angelina Corral. Corral's a senior, batting .348 at 77 plate appearances. As she steps in the first time to see Apodaca. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on at the pop fly, shallow left field. And just out of the reach of the shortstop, Carlo. And it drops in for a base hit between Carlo and Warren. And so runners at first and second now with 2 outs. Coming to the plate will be number 6, Zimri Ellis. She's a sophomore, batting .340 on the season in 51 plate appearances. She's got runners at first and second, 2 down, and here's the first pitch from Apodaca. Down the middle, but a little high, ball 1. As I was saying, the Bulldogs 4-2 in district. The Lovington Wildcats 6-0. So the Bulldogs need to win tonight and sweep Friday night, and then hope that Lovington drops one or both. Ball 2 high to Ellis. On deck is Jocelyn Holguin, the first baseman, and in the hole, Bailey Garcia, the left fielder for the Wildcats. So 2-0. Here's the wind and the pitch. High, ball 3. So really only the first pitch was close. The last 2 have been way out of the zone. So Apodaca needs to bear down here and get a strike across. I'm sure she'll be taken all the way. As Apodaca comes with the pitch. That's called ball 4, too low and in. So that walks the bases loaded with 2 outs. And to the plate comes Jocelyn Holguin. Where's number 9? She's a junior, batting .366 on the season. 77 plate appearances. She has a couple of home runs, 2 on the season, so she can go deep. Wind blowing across the field here from right to left as I look at it. So it will help anywhere from center to left, that kind of a drive. First pitch, she just burns it in there on the outside edge, strike 1. So out anywhere for the Bulldogs as Holguin steps back in. Here's the wind and the pitch from Apodaca. Another strike, this time swinging. So 0-2 now the count quickly to Holguin. Bulldogs need a ground out pop fly or a strikeout and get out of the trouble that they're in here. It's 0-0. We're in the bottom of the first. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a foul ball, so she stays alive on a good pitch. On deck for the Wildcats is Bailey Garcia, the left fielder, and in the hole, the right fielder, Daphne Udahara. So if they get to Daphne, that will be the 9th batter in the lineup. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, she got her. And that is strikeout swinging, and that is out number 3. Lovington gets 2 hits, but no runs, no errors, and leaves 3 runners on the base paths. When we come back, it'll be Maddie, Zoe, and Jenna coming up in that order.
Spring has sprung, and your friends at Sun Country Homes and Gardens have wet their plants from excitement. Sun Country carries hardy plants grown in and for our region, including landscape shrubs, trees, perennials, xeriscaping, desert plants, annual flowers, bedding plants, seeds, and vegetables too. Inside the iconic red barn, you'll find beautiful home decor, a wide selection of fertilizer, gardening supplies, and the most knowledgeable and welcoming staff in the area. Stop by Sun Country Homes and Gardens, 2707 1st Street in Artesia, and see why Sun Country Homes and Gardens is Southeast New Mexico's premier lawn and garden headquarters.
We interrupt this regularly scheduled commercial break to bring you a special news update. Prices are falling and people can't believe what they're seeing. Here's Scott with more.
Scott Gilmore from Richland Dodge. Are you looking for a new vehicle? Well, make a stop and see the Dodge Boys at Richland. We have a huge variety of new and used vehicles priced to sell. And why not buy from Richland? You will get a powertrain for life on all qualified vehicles and become a brand champion, qualifying you for half-price oil changes, free towing, and many more advantages for being a Richland customer. Visit Richland Dodge on Southeast Main in Roswell. Ride on the why and ride on the price.
All right, welcome back to the KSVP Radio and KSVPTV.com. Joby Hodling on the call. We're in Lovington, and the Artesia Lady Bulldogs tied up here going into the top of the second inning. 0-0 is our score. And Michaela Lujan coming to the plate for the Bulldogs. Martinez on deck and Warren in the hole. I had a hole in my lineup card, and so I told you the wrong lineup coming. Michaela leading things off. Here's the pitch, way outside, ball one. On the season, Michaela, the junior, batting .340 at 55 plate appearances. Ball two, a little bit too high. So 2-0 to Lujan. On deck again is Martinez, and in the hole Warren for the Lady Bulldogs. The pitcher for the Lovington Wildcats, I'll give you her stats after this pitch. Called strike one on a curve ball. Took something off of it and curved in there. So number 15 is pitching, Sanchez. She is a junior. Has 9 wins with a 2.58 ERA. She has not lost a ball game. Swung on, hit well down the left side, and that will fall in front of the left fielder for a leadoff single. So Michaela gets on, which will bring Maddie Martinez to the plate. The senior batting .463 for the Lady Bulldogs, 49 plate appearances. She has 8 doubles, 11 RBIs, and she steps in and has a runner down at first base. And Sanchez wind in the pitch. That's outside, ball one. So 1-0 the count to Maddie. We have Garcia, Ellis, and Urahara left to right. Corral, Hernandez, Rodriguez, Holguin from third to first. Quiroga is catching with Sabri Sanchez in the circle. Here's the pitch. That's going to be called strike one. Caught the outside corner. So 1-1 now to Madison Martinez. Wind blowing pretty stiff here. And again, blowing across the field from right to left. Swung on, fouled back for foul ball and a strike two. That was another one of those outside type strikes right on the outside edge. And she took a cut at it, but fouled it back. So 1-2 now the count. And Sanchez gets her pitch back onto the pitcher's plate, and she's ready to go. Here's the wind in the pitch. That's going to be too high and outside, ball two. 2-2 the count. Boy, Quiroga came up ready to fire it down behind Lujan to Jocelyn Holguin, the first baseman, but did not. Michaela really wasn't off that far, but I guess she's reminding her she's there. Here's the 2-2, swung on and fouled off again to the right side, now to play. So the count remains 2-2 for Maddie. Thursday night, the Bulldogs play Goddard at Brainerd Park and then travel Friday night for the doubleheader to finish the 3-game set against the Rockets. Here's the pitch, swung on, that's it well, left center field. That's going to bounce to the fence. That's going to be at least a double. And holding up at third base is Lujan, so a nice drive out there. Stand-up double into left center field. Boy, that hit and rolled to the bottom of the fence. Wasn't too far from the fence. And so being held up at third base is Lujan. Safe, good base running there by Coach Polito. No reason to force anything with nobody out here in the top of the second inning. So Zoe Warren will step in and face Sanchez for the first time. Zoe's one of our seniors, batting .343 on the season, and she'll look at an inside pitch, ball one. Zoe's been at the plate 79 times, and she gets ready for the next pitch from Sanchez. 2 base runners in front of her that can score if she can drive it to a base hit. There's going to be a swing and a foul off to the right side now to play for strike one. 1-1 now to Zoe. On deck is Jenna Whitmire, and then we're back to the top of the order. Kenna Morrison, the leadoff batter, is in the hole. As the Bulldogs trying to get some runs on the board. It's 0-0 right now on top of the second. Swing and a miss. She was a little late on that one. I think she made up her mind too late. Good pitch there, but it was down the middle, so it was one of those, could have been a mistake, but I think she might have been looking for something else and ended up being a little bit late. So 1-2 now to Warren. Here's the pitch. And she did not swing that time, and it was high. So good job by Zoe to check her swing. Didn't even come close to going. So the count now 2-2 to Warren. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's too far outside, ball 3. So full count now to Warren. Over in the on-deck circle is the right fielder, number 14, Jenna Whitmire. She's watching every pitch carefully. Sanchez took a look at her wristband, has the pitch, the sign, and here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and fouled. Back over towards the on-deck circle, and picking it up is Jenna and tossing it back to the catcher. So the count remains full as Zoe steps back in. I told you what Lovington was wearing if you're watching on the radio. The Bulldogs wearing orange jerseys, black pants, long orange socks. Here's the pitch. And she gets sprung up on the outside corner for strikeout number 1. And that'll bring Jenna Whitmire to the plate. Jenna on the season, sophomore, batting .324 in 44 plate appearances. She also has a home run, 2 triples, and 5 doubles, so she scatters it around. And she takes a big cut, striking, missing it for a strike. So she looks down at Coach Polito. 1 out. We're in the top of the second inning, and Jenna's still looking at her wristband to make sure she gets her sign right. Xavier Sanchez ready to go. Here's the wind in the pitch. Squares around like she's going to bunt. Oh, no, they got her in a trap, and she is out at third. So unable to get the bunt down, and Lujan coming down the line too far, and the bunt not down. Coach Polito arguing the call. She was right there. The umpire was a little farther away. She thought she got her hand in before she was tagged out. But Lujan is out at third base, tagged out. So 2-5 the put out. So now the pitch is high and tight for ball 2 to Jenna, but Bulldogs still have a runner in scoring position with Maddie Martinez down there at second. Here's the wind in the pitch. Strike called on the outside edge, so 2-2 now the count to Whitmire. She steps back in. On deck is Morrison, and in the hole Aguilar's. Jenna ready to go. 2-2 the count, runner at second. Here's the pitch. That's too far outside and high, ball 3. So back-to-back full counts. She got out of the last one with a strikeout, did Sanchez. She'll see if she can do the same. Of course, Jenna wanting to put it in play somewhere and plate Maddie Martinez from second base. Full count. Kierga sets up on the outside. There's a swing and a miss, and she got her. Strikeout swinging with a good fastball. So the Artesia Bulldogs start the inning off with a single and a double. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. They end up getting nobody home. 2 hits, no runs, no errors, and 1 runner left on base for the Bulldogs. We're going to the bottom of the second inning, 0-0 with the Lovington Wildcats.
Hey, Brady Sos here with Richland Motors. Are you a Richland brand champion? If you aren't, you should be. Richland brand champions have benefits like half-price oil changes, 100-point safety inspections, free towing, free loaner on availability, and discounts on parts. And it's easy to become a brand champion. Just purchase a new or used vehicle from Richland, and you're in. If you already have a Richland vehicle, then don't miss out on all these benefits and schedule a visit with us today. Come see us at Richland Motors on 2nd and Sycamore in Roswell and become a Richland brand champion today.
Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company, here to announce that our geraniums are ready. So now the great debate begins. Are they pink or are they raspberry sorbet? Are they orange or are they Caribbean coral? Well, whatever you call them, they're the prettiest geraniums anywhere. We raise them in our own greenhouse, then send them home with you to brighten up the world. So come get yours now while the selection is best. Don't worry about the silly names.
I heard that.
Yes, dear. Coming, dear. Right away, dear. Of course, you're right.
All right, we're back here as the Artesia Bulldogs and the Lovington Lady Wildcats battling it out. Both teams have had some threats on, but both teams' defense comes up. It's 0-0. And stepping into bat for the first time, Bailey Garcia, number 21. Here's the pitch. A little bit low, ball 1. Garcia. I pulled the wrong sheet up here. Let me get the right one. As Apodaca ready to go. Here's the 1-0. And that one is called strike 1 on the inside half. So Garcia is a freshman batting .308 on the season at 58 plate appearances. So 1-1 the count. Caden ready to go. I'll give you the defensive setup here in just a moment. And she threw a great changeup. She swung at it, kind of waved at it a little bit and come up, not able to get it in there. All right, I've been getting some updates. Carlsbad softball leads Roswell 2-1 in the bottom of the fourth in Roswell, game 1. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. She got her on a low pitch for out number 1, which will bring Daphne Udahata to the plate. Daphne, number 9 hitter in the lineup. Where's number 11? And she's the right fielder. She's a junior, batting .375 on the season in 49 plate appearances. So she'll step in with nobody on and 1 out. We have Zoe Warren out in center, Kenna Morrison Zoe Warren in left, Kenna Morrison in center, and Jenna Whitmire in right. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled off to the right side, strike 1. All right, so 0-1 the count. Here's the wind and the pitch for Apodaca. High, and she did not chase it. 1-1. So our infield, Rodriguez, Carlo, Lujan, and Martinez from third to first. Aguilar behind the plate, and Apodaca, of course, in the circle. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on. It's a bloop fly over to the right side, but will fall in foul territory for strike number 2. On deck for Lovington is the leadoff batter, the catcher, number 2, Anahi Quiroga. And in the hole, the shortstop, number 5, Layla Hernandez. Be their second time through to see Apodaca. All right, here's the 1-2. And that's going to be called. Strike 3 on a changeup. Caught the outside corner. Strikeout looking. And that is 2 down now for the Bulldog defense. Top of the order coming to the plate. She's 0 for 1. She hit a line drive. If you weren't on yet or didn't see it or hear it, Kenna Morrison made an ESPN highlight play as she drove in from her right. And it was a line drive, so she had to get there in a hurry. She come running in and dove and made the play for out number 1 in the bottom of the first. And there's a swing and a miss. Strike 1 on Quiroga. Good fastball there from Apodaca. Quiroga is batting .426. She's a junior, 87 plate appearances. She steps back in, but tonight she's so far 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be called strike 2 on the outside corner. She didn't go. She checked her swing, but called strike 2. So 0-2 now the count to Quiroga with 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Just a single game tonight here in Lovington. There's a swing. It's a drive out to left field, and that's going to get by the left fielder. She's going to turn and go into second base, sliding in safely for a 2-out double for the leadoff batter. As Warren was to her left, and she couldn't quite get there to cut it off. Plus, she's looking into that sun, and so I think that caused a little bit of a late jump trying to find that ball. She's looking directly into it. I don't think she's got sunglasses on. She might, but right now I can't tell. All right, so that brings Layla Hernandez to the plate. She's 1 for 1 on the night. She has a runner in scoring position at second base. First pitch, a little bit low on the changeup. Hernandez is a senior, batting .388 on the season in 78 plate appearances. She has 3 home runs, so she had some pop to go along with 10 doubles. Here's the pitch, and it's real low for ball 2. All right, so 2-0 the count to Hernandez. Here's the wind in the pitch. That's going to be, he called it a ball. It was a rise ball that did not, or got too high. So 3-0 count here to Hernandez. With 2 outs, here's the pitch. Right down the middle, called strike 1. So Hernandez taking all the way. On deck is the number 3 hitter, second baseman Zabri Rodriguez, and in the hole, third baseman Angelina Corral for the Lady Wildcats. Right, here's Apodaca, 3-1 the count. The pitch, swing, and I would say she went. Of course, the umpire's way across the field. Boy, she didn't go, so called a ball. They couldn't ask for help because we're the field umpire standing over behind in left field. Looked to me like she went, but she didn't. So that puts runners at first and second. And Zabri Rodriguez coming to the plate. She is 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. Here's the wind and the pitch. A little bit high, ball 1. I think it's Zabri Rodriguez at the plate. 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? My batting order's out of the way. Is whacked up. So it is. I don't know what I did on my lineup card here, but well. Let's see. So that's where the mess up was. Here's the pitch. High, ball 2. So 2-0 now. I'm going to try to fix this. So Quiroga. There's a strike call. Oh, yes, it was a strike called. There's another strike called. All right, so 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swung on. It's a pop fly out the right field. Coming in and making the play is Jenna Whitmire, and that will be out number 3. So Lovington threatened again, but couldn't get home, just like the Bulldogs couldn't in the last inning. So no score. Lovington Wildcats get 1 hit on no runs. There were no Bulldog errors and 2 runners left on base. When we come back, it'll be the top of the third with Kenna Morrison leading things off.
To be a champion, each team member must do their part to help the team win. That is true in business too. Edge Safety and Services LLC want to do their part to help your business win. They specialize in several field services: sandblasting, coating steamers, pressure washing, repairs, and cleanouts. Edge Safety also offers drug and alcohol screening and on-site services and safety trainings to make you better. Edge Safety and Services LLC, 575-736-1047. Proud supporter of the Artesia Bulldogs. Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, home-owned and operated for over 50 years, are here for all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has the expertise to install residential, commercial, and industrial air conditioning units, including the conversion of evaporative coolers to refrigerated air systems. Cut cooling costs with high-efficiency Carrier units from Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, your authorized Carrier dealer. Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, a proud sponsor of Artesia Bulldogs and our community for over 50 years.
All right, so far a defensive battle here. Although Artesia, I don't know if you'd call it a running error or not, but got trapped. We had runners at second and third with nobody out and ended up trying to do a squeeze, and the bunt wasn't laid down, and the runner gets tagged out at third. But good pitching by both teams, pretty good defense by both teams, and so Kenna Morrison will start the top of the third. She is 0 for 1 in the ball game, as she is a senior for the Bulldogs, batting .347, and she looks at called strike 1. On deck is Aguilar, and in the hole Apodaca for Artesia. And here's the wind in the pitch. That's going to be called strike 2, and Kenna knew it immediately, and she didn't take a cut at it. Caught the outside edge, so 0-2 now to Morrison. Garcia, Ellis, Urahara from left to right. Corral, Hernandez, Rodriguez, Holguin from third to first. There's a swing. Hits it out straight away center field. Coming in and making the play is Zimri Ellis. She had to come in. She was playing this really deep, which they know they should because we got a lot of pop in our lineup. That is out number 1, the leadoff batter. And that'll bring Perseus to the plate. Aguilar's 1 for 1 in the ball game. She hit a ground ball that got between the 3 and 4 hole. There's the pitch. Too low. Ball 1 on the changeup. Rockets lead, or actually they are down to the Rams 2-1 in Portales. Don't know what inning they're in, but an update from Jean. There's a foul tip. She didn't mean to get her bat out there on it, but she did. So 1-1 now the count. Perseus grinning, and she didn't mean to do that. So nobody on the base paths for Aguilar. We're in the top of the third. 0-0 the score. Here's the pitch. That's too high. Ball 2. So 2-1 now to Perseus. Quiroga catching and Sanchez in the circle for the Lovington Wildcats. That rounds out their defense for you. Here's the pitch. Swung on. It's to second base. She picks it up, goes to first base in time. The ground out is a routine 4-3 for the Wildcats. And so that'll put 2 down on the board, and Caden Apodaca coming to the plate. Caden singled her first time through on the season, batting .277, but has 7 homers, 3 doubles, and 1 triple to go along with 24 hits. Caden wanted to get a 2-out rally going. First pitch was right down the middle, called strike 1. Might have been looking for something different, or just wanted to see a pitch. Oh boy, that was right there. Apodaca steps back in. Here's the wind in the pitch from Sanchez. That's too high. Good job laying off of that one because it looked good. But she knew better. 1-1 to count. Carlo on deck and Rodriguez in the hole for Artesia as they try to get a 2-out rally going here in the top of the third. There's a little reach out and fouled back on the changeup. She kind of just reached for it and half swing. She swung all the way through, but just a real weak swing. It fooled her, I think, the pitch. So 1-2 now to Apodaca. She steps back in. Looking to drive one somewhere. The wind has slacked a little, but still going across the field. And boy, they came in high and in on her hands. She got that bat head around there and got it, but it's a foul. That's a tough pitch to foul off like that. Swung really fast, got around on it, and swung it right over to the Bulldog dugout. So the count remains 2-2. 1-2, sorry. Here's the pitch. Outside. Lovington fans wanted it, but a little bit too wide. So 2-2 now. The count to Apodaca. Good crowd here for both Lovington and Artesia, as always. Bulldogs travel great. Here's the 2-2, and that's too far outside. Same place. Full count now to Caden. So a walk or a base hit would work great here. Get a base runner on or a home run. I won't fib. I'd love to see her jack one out over left field. Got a breeze blowing that way. It's just a breeze now. It was blowing pretty hard earlier, and it's definitely softened. Here's the full count, and she does hit it to the left side, but it's a high fly ball, and that's going to fall in no man's land, so she's still alive. Looked like, again, she was fooled by the pitch. Was way in front of it and just popped it up, but it fell out there in the left side foul territory between the fence and the foul line. And Gene said he thinks it's after 2 in Portales, so the Rams 2, Goddard 1 in our other half of our district, softball. Full count, here's the pitch. Swung on again, she hammers it down the line for a foul ball strike. So she's way out in front of her. She needs to watch for that changeup now or the curveball, because she will probably come back with it and try to get her to chase it. As Caden is off, is on her fastball, just out in front of it, the last two, well, that pitch. All right, here's the full count again. And that's high, and she did not chase it. Good job by Apodaca to get that 1-out rally started with the 2-out rally started with the 2-out walk. That'll bring Kenzie Carlo to the plate. And again, we're going to have a courtesy runner, Nisel Jimenez, coming in to run for the pitcher. So Nisel will step in, and the umpire asked for the ball back and gave a new one to the catcher or to the pitcher. Kenzie Carlo up to bat. She's 0 for 1. She hit a ground out. Oh, she hit into a fielder's choice. That's right. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be called strike 1 on the outside corner. Kenzie on the season. Again, one of our seniors. She's been at the plate 78 times hitting .429, 5 home runs. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 2. So Kinsey in the hole. She'll have to cover the plate here. Bulldogs have had a base runner in each of their 3 innings, but unable to get them home. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, again, looked like she was behind 2 in a row. And that's strikeout and out number 3. Bulldogs get no hits, no runs. There were no errors in the inning and 1 runner left on base. Bottom of the 3rd coming up with Zabri Rodriguez coming to the plate for Wildcats.
Smile Expressions in Artesia encourages you to treat your teeth to a spring cleaning. You'll have healthier teeth and gums, fresher breath, and brighter teeth. Plus, you'll be reducing risk for dental problems and improving your overall health. To schedule your dental spring cleaning, call Smile Expressions 575-746-1900 or request an appointment from our website, artesiadentist.com. Quality dental care, hometown comfort. That's Smile Expressions in Artesia.
Need business cards? Think Ink. How about photocopying, black and white printing, or faxing service? Think Ink. Need to put together a brochure or even desktop publishing? Think Ink. Incredible Printing. For all your printing needs and fast, friendly service, Incredible Printing is the only name you need to know. Visit our location at 514 West Main Street in Artesia, right across from the Derrick floor. For any and all of your printing needs, Think Ink. Incredible Printing in Artesia.
All right, we've thrown it around, and Apodaca now has the ball back in her glove, talking to her infield. Speaking of the infield, the Bulldogs have Kinsley Rodriguez at 3rd, Mackenzie Carlo at short, Michaela Lujan at 2nd, and Maddie Martinez over at 3rd. Zoe Warren in left, Kenna Morrison in center, and Jenna Whitmire out in right field, with Perseus Aguilar, the battery mate, to Caden Apodaca, who's in the circle and now up on the pitcher's plate. And at the plate, number 17, Zabri Rodriguez. Here's the wind in the first pitch. Foul back, strike 1 on the foul. She's 0 for 1, struck out her first time through. And Rodriguez is a junior, batting .545 to lead the team in hitting, and she also leads the team in 9 home runs, 1 triple and 7 doubles. Here's the wind in the 0-1. There's a ground ball to the left side. Oh, and it gets under the glove. Good effort over there by Carlo, but a hit in the 6th hole, single. Leads things off for the Lovington Wildcats. So nobody out, and Corral coming to the plate. She's the number 4 hitter in the lineup. The 3rd baseman wears number 13 on her jersey, and she is a senior, batting .348. She steps in ready to go. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. She singled the first time through, and now has an 0-1 count on a good fastball that was down out of the zone. Got her to chase it, and she was a little behind it as well. Aguilar gets the sign out. Apodaca, here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on, hit to the right side, going to go to second and to first. Bang, bang play. He started to call her out and then changed his mind. Good play by the Bulldogs, almost turning the double play. But the fielder's choice is 4-6. Out at second base on the force out. And so Corral at first base with 1 out, and Zemery Ellis stepping in. Zemery is a sophomore, wears number 6. Batting .340 on the season. Pitch is down and in. Good job by Aguilar to keep that ball there and not let it get by her. As Corral with first base with 1 out. Both the Wildcats and the Bulldogs have had runners on each inning, but not able to get anybody home. Swing and a miss on a good pitch there by Apodaca. Brought it down and in. Had movement on it and a lot of heat. So 1-1 now the count. Holguin on deck and Garcia in the hole for the Wildcats. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the glove for strike number 2. 1-2 the count. Ellis steps back in. One down here in the top or bottom of the third inning. 0-0 is our called strike 3. Got her on the outside corner, so strikeout looking is out number 2. And that'll bring to the plate number 9, Jocelyn Holguin for the Wildcats. She's 0 for 1. She struck out swinging her first time through. Holguin is a junior for the Wildcats, batting .366 on the season. She's got a couple of home runs and 5 doubles, plus 23 RBIs. First pitch called a strike, caught the outside corner. So 0-1 to Holguin. On deck is Garcia, and in the hole Sanchez for the Wildcats. Holguin steps back in, 0-1 the count, and the pitch. Curveball, a changeup called, strike 2. Had a little hump in it, falls right straight down over the plate for strike 2. 0-2 the count to Holguin as she steps back in. There's 2 down in the bottom of the third here. Here's the pitch. And asking if she went. And he's going to ask out there, and he said she did not, so ball 1. 1-2 the count. 2-2, Goddard and Portales. Gene thinks it's in the middle of the third. Wherever he's listening to must not be saying anything, saying where they're at in the innings. Here's the pitch. Swung on, pop fly to the right side, and that will get out of the field over there. So a foul ball strike. Right side keeps the count at 1-2. Holguin steps back in. And Apodaca ready to go. Here's the wind and the 1-2. And she's just going to tip it back to Apodaca she got fooled on another slow, good pitch. Change up. So 1-3 the put out. And that is out number 3. So they get 1 hit, but no runs, no errors on the Bulldogs, and 1 runner left on base. Top of the 4th coming at you. Kinsley Rodriguez leading off. Michaela Lujan on deck, and Maddie Martinez in the hole.
It's Kubota Orange Days. Shop the year's best selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. And now through June 30th, get 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off L3302 tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Visit Amigo Machinery, located at 2801 Southeast Main Street, Roswell.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Walker.
And I'm Andy Singleton, and together we work with kids 5th grade and under here at Faith Baptist Church. And our hope is to have a safe and fun environment where kids feel loved, are taught biblical truths, and are challenged to live out the gospel in their everyday lives.
We just want all kids to be welcome here and to have a safe, fun place where they can learn who Jesus is and what he's done for them. That'll change the course of their whole life.
That's right. And really, we want to love on families in any way that we can. And that's the biggest part and biggest hope that we have for reaching and loving our community here in Artesia.
All right, we're back here, and Kinsley Rodriguez will lead things off for the Bulldogs. She's 0 for 1 here in the ballgame. She had a little fly ball out to the shortstop just out in the grass. Here's the first pitch, way outside, ball 1 to Kinsley. Just a junior for the Bulldogs. She's batting .442 on the season. 23 hits and 14 RBIs as she steps back in on the right side. Looking to get something going with the Bulldogs. It's been a defensive battle. Both teams have had their opportunities, but the pitching and defense come through. And that pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1 called. 1-1 the count. So Rodriguez steps back in. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on, hit well to left field. This has a chance. This is a home run, and that'll break it wide open as Kinsley sends it out of the park over the left fielder's head, over the fence, and it is 1-0 on the single RBI for the third baseman for the Artesia Bulldogs as she sends the shot deep. 1-0 as Michaela Lujan will come to the plate. Michaela, a junior for the Bulldogs as well, batting .340 on the season. She's got 18 runs scored, 16 hits, and 15 RBIs. She also has a pair of home runs, so she is a threat at any time to go deep as well. Michaela stepping on the right side. She's 1 for 1. She singled out the left field her first time up. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count to Lujan. On deck is Maddie Martinez, and in the hole Zoe Warren for the Bulldogs as they now lead 1-0. Here's the pitch. This time called a strike. It was in just a little bit that time from the previous pitch and called strike 1. So 1-1 now to Michaela. She steps back in on the right side, and the pitcher Sanchez ready to go, and that pitch is going to be called just a little outside, so almost identical, but just a little bit off the plate. So 2-1 now the count. So we've seen 2 really close and 1 that was on the outside corner, according to the umpire. So 2-1 the count. The catcher's going to set up there again. This time it's high and in for ball 3. 3-1, or 3-1, I should say. Michaela steps back in. Quiroga gets her sign, gets it to Sanchez, and here's the wind and the 3-1. Outside and high, and ball 4. So we're still nobody out. We get a home run, and then we get a single. And that'll bring Maddie Martinez to the plate. Where's number 10 on her jersey? And she's 1 for 1 with a double here in the ballgame. She had a deep shot out to left center field for a double. She's a senior, batting .463. Here's the wind in the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Maddie has 19 hits, 11 rebounds. 11 ribbies on the season. And the pitch, that's high, ball 2. 2-0 to Maddie. All right, Gene giving me some more updates here. So we've got 2-2 confirmed after 3 in Portales. And Carlsbad now up 3-1 over Roswell, middle of the 6th. Here's the pitch, swung on. That's hit out the center field back, but the center fielder will gather it up. Had to move over to her left a few steps. Just not quite deep enough on the line drive to deep center field. And that is 1 out. So Michaela stayed down at first base. Now brings Zoe to the plate. She's 0 for 1. She struck out looking her first time through. The senior batting .343 on the season with 24 hits and 14 RBIs. She's ready to go. Here's the wind in the pitch. Strike 1 called on the outside edge and in the upper end of the strike zone. So Sanchez ready to go. Lujan at first base. 0-1 to Warren. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Foul back towards us here in the press box for foul ball strike 2. So now down 0-2 is Warren. She'll be protecting anything close here. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got her. And that is out number 2 in the inning. So the Bulldogs want to get a 2-out rally going here. Jenna Whitmire, the bottom of the order, right fielder. Sophomore will step in. Jenna on the season .324. She's got 11 hits and 12 RBIs, and looks at called strike 1 on the outside edge once again. Jenna will step back in with an 0-1 count. Top of the 4th inning. 1 game tonight here in Lovington. Here's the wind in the pitch. Comes inside, fouls it back towards us and out of play for foul ball strike 2. So once again, Sanchez gets ahead. 0-2 to the Bulldog batters. That's 2 in a row she's done that. Whitmire looking for anything close to make sure she gets the bat on it. At least fouls it off. Don't want to go down looking. Here's the wind in the pitch. That's too high and in. Ball 1. And again, sometimes those are hard to lay off. She does a great job laying off of it. Does Jenna. That high pitch looks good to my eyes when I used to play, but here's the wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss. She got her swinging on a pitch down the middle, and that'll end the threat as the Artesia Bulldogs do some damage with 1 hit, 1 run, because it was a solo homer, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 1-0 going into the bottom of the 4th, with Lovington bringing their bottom 3 to the plate, Garcia, Sanchez, and Udahara.
H&R Block of Artesia is proud to be a member of the community and a sponsor of Artesia Bulldog Sports. At H&R Block, tax time is all the time. They offer year-round assistance for personal or business needs. From simple tax questions to bookkeeping, payroll services, and more. You can trust the team at H&R Block to be there when you need them most. Stop by 502 West Texas Suite A in Artesia or call 746-3456 to schedule an appointment. H&R Block, proud to support Bulldog Sports. Se habla español.
Hey, Artesia Bulldog fans, are you ready to unleash the spirit of victory this season? Tate Branch Auto Group is proud to stand alongside the Bulldogs as they charge onto the field, court, and track. Just like our commitment to delivering top-notch vehicles and service, your dedication and passion for the Bulldogs inspire us every day. Visit Tate Branch Auto Group today, either in person or online, because when it comes to supporting the Bulldogs, we're all in. Tate Branch Auto Group, revving up the Bulldog pride. Go Bulldogs!
Hey there, Bulldog fans. Welcome back to Bulldog Softball on KSVP Radio, KSVPTV.com. We're on Facebook and YouTube as well. However you're watching and or listening, thanks for tuning in. Joby Hodling here in Lovington, New Mexico. My beautiful wife up on the top of the ceiling getting a good suntan. And she's my camera woman tonight. Sun brightly shining here and a good breeze, so hopefully it's keeping her cool up there. Coming to the plate to lead things off is the number 7 hitter in the lineup, Bailey Garcia, the left fielder for the Lovington Wildcats. She's 0 for 1, struck out swinging her first time through against Apodaca, and here's the first pitch. Strike one called on the outside half. Defense setting up like this, Whitmire in right and Warren in left, with Morrison up the middle and center. Aguilar playing catcher to Apodaca, the pitcher in the circle. I'll give you the infield after this wind in 0-1. Swung on, hit well to left field. If that stays fair, and it doesn't, it's a foul ball. It was a home run, but foul down the line. She got every piece of that and knocked it out of the park. Foul. So 0-2 the count now to Garcia. She's a freshman, and she doesn't have any home runs on the season. That would have been her first. Batting .308 with 8 RBIs and 16 hits, but it'll just go down in the book as a foul ball. But boy, it was a big shot out of the ballpark, about, 4 or 5 feet foul of the yellow pole down there. So 0-2 the count now to Garcia. She steps back in. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike 3. She struck out looking, and that's stop number 1. I hadn't finished the defense yet. We got Kinsley Rodriguez at third with Madison Martinez at first, Kinsey Carlo at short, and Michaela Lujan at second base. And there's your Bulldog defense. One of the best defenses in the state. Also one of the fastest offenses and defenses in the state. And also power from top to bottom. All right, so Sanchez, the pitcher, steps in, and she'll look at a ball high on a changeup, ball 1. She's 0 for 1, struck out swinging her first time through. Did Sanchez. Here's the 1-0. Down and in, ball 2. And I don't know if they got crossed up or what happened. Aguilar was setting up outside, and that pitch went down and in. But she was able to gather it up. Of course, nobody on base path, so if it had got by her, it wasn't that big a deal. 2-0 the count. Here's the wind and the pitch. Again, down and in. Called a ball, so 3-0 to Sanchez. On deck is the number 9 hitter, right fielder Daphne Udahara, and then in the hole, the top of the order, number 2, Anahi Quiroga, the catcher. Rodriguez in from third to give some encouraging words to the pitcher. 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle, called, strike 1. Sanchez taking all the way. So 3-1 now the count. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. And Artesia leading after that big home run by the third baseman, number 7, Kinsley Rodriguez, in the top of this inning. Here's the wind in the 3-1. And called strike 2 on the outside corner. So full count now to the batter. Sabry will step back in. Full count. He's been really consistent on that outside pitch, and that was one of those on an outside corner, and there's a swing and a foul ball straight back. Good job by Sanchez to stay alive, as that was a tough pitch. She brought it hard to the plate, but fouled it off, did her opposite, the pitcher, Sabre Sanchez. So Caden again will step back onto the plate with a full count. Here's the wind and the pitch, down and in, and that's a base hit in the old 1 and 4 hole, right side, seeing eye single with only one out. Gets us to the bottom of the order. Daphne Udahara comes to the plate. She's 1 for 1. She had a double her last time up. Now we got a courtesy runner coming in, but I can't see who it is. What number? Number 12. So number 12 coming in to courtesy run for the pitcher. That's Braylon Hernandez. And that'll bring, again, Daphne Udahara to the plate. She wears number 11. She is a junior, batting .375. She's got 18 hits and 18 RBIs, 5 doubles, and 1 home run. Umpire got finished up writing down the change, and now stepping in, Udahara. Bulldogs looking for a double play here. Almost turned one in the last inning. She's going to square to bunt it, though. Hit the pitches down low, and the turnaround, and she is safe diving back in. Good throw down there and good scoop up by Maddie Martinez at first. Swung around for the tag, but she's back in safely. So ball 1 as it bounced up there to Udahara. She had squared the bunt, but pulled back on the low pitch. So she'll step back in. Apodaca adjusts her face guard, and now she's ready to go. 1-0 pitch, going to square the bunt. She pop flies it to the right side. Foul ball, strike 1 on the pop fly bunt. So both the first baseman and third baseman charging in with the runner over at first base. And, of course, Perseus and Apodaca also going to that ball. She tried to go to the right side, and she did go to the right side, but it's a little bloop bunt that went foul immediately. So 1-1 the count now to Udahara. See if she tries to play some small ball again. This time she does not spin around, so ball 2 high and in from Apodaca. So 2-1 the count. Third base coach gives his signs to the players at first and batter. 2-1 count from Apodaca. Oh, and that was, and it gets over the head. So that's going to move the runner down. Aguilar couldn't bring it in. So the wild pitch moves the runner over on ball number 3. Tried the old changeup, and it was really high. I think she held on to it too long, and it sailed over the outstretched glove of Aguilar for the wild pitch. So the tying run now in scoring position with 1 out. And that's going to be a walk. So that'll put runners at first and second with 1 out, and we're back to the top of the order. As Quiroga will stroll up. She's 0 for 1. She line drived out on that great play by Morrison to lead things off from the bottom of the first, and then she walked her last time up. So now the tying run at second and the go-ahead run for the Wildcats down in first, and the leadoff batter at the plate. And Quiroga's a junior. She's had 29 hits and 13 RBIs, and she's got a chance here to get some more. There's a fastball right down the middle for called, strike 1. 0-1 the count. 1 out. Bulldogs have double plays all around the infield. All right, here's the 0-1 from Apodaca. She squares the bunt. It's going to be called strike 2 as she pulled her bunt back. Change up that caught the outside corner. So now down 0-2. So 0-2 as she steps back in. On deck is Hernandez, and in the hole Rodriguez if they can get to her. The pitch, swing, and it's a slow roller. Third base will go get the sure out at third, so a good job by Rodriguez. As the slow roller, she picks it up, goes back to the third base bag and gets the lead runner on the fielder's choice. So there's runners at first and second still, and at the plate Hernandez, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a flyout. First pitch, fastball, strike one. Called as she just blew that through. 0-1 the count to Hernandez as Apodaca ready to go. Runners at first and second. And then threw a changeup that hits the dirt out in front of the plate. By the way, you probably, if you're watching it, you can probably tell, but we're on natural surface here in Lovington. Dirt infield and grass outfield. Here's the wind and the 1-1. Swung on, hit right at the second baseman, and Kayla catches that for out number 3 on the line drive. And so the Bulldogs get out of another jam as they give up 1 hit but no runs. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. Coming to the plate will be the top of the order for the Bulldogs. Our 1-2-3, Morrison, Aguilar, Apodaca. Top of the 5th coming up.
Now is a pretty darn good time to be shopping for a truck. Here at Guy Chevrolet, they have both the GMC Sierra 1500 and the Chevrolet Silverado 1500 truck being offered with only 1.9% financing on approved credit. 1.9% saves you thousands on your payments. Let Guy Chevrolet's friendly staff help you select the Chevy Silverado or GMC Sierra of your dreams and get 1.9% financing while they last. Guy Chevrolet, treating you like family for 99 years on the corner of 1st and Main in Artesia.
Home health care is health care in the comfort of your own home when you cannot care for yourself. Home care services can help someone who has chronic health issues, medical setbacks, or health impairments. J&J has the best skilled nurses and therapists for any of your special needs. So why pick a stranger to care for those you love when you can pick your beloved neighbor with over 25 years of experience? J&J Home Care is here for all your home care needs. Call us now at 575-746-2892 or visit us at www.jjhc.org.
Top of the 5th inning, the Bulldogs will lead off with their leadoff batter, Kenna Morrison, coming to the plate. She's 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out and flew out, grounded out in the infield to the Layla Hernandez, the shortstop. It was up the middle, it was a little bloop over the head of the pitcher. She picked it up to the shortstop on one hop and threw her out. And then she flew out to about midway out in center field to the center fielder her second time. So she's due. By the way, we got updates. Carlsbad and Roswell tied up after 6, 3-3. And Goddard up 4-2 in the middle of the 4th over Portales. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1 to Morrison. On deck for the Bulldogs, the catcher, Perseus Aguilar, and in the hole, pitcher, Caden Apodaca. 1-0 if you're just joining us. Artesia gets a solo shot from the number 5 hitter, Kinsley Rodriguez. There's a shot out to right field, and that's going to fall as they had to play her deep, and Morrison gets the leadoff single. Little looper out to right field. So Aguilar is 1 for 2 coming to the plate, and she's grounded out to the second baseman and hit a seeing eye single between second and first her first time through, so she's looking to move the batter around. We'll see if the Bulldogs go small ball or if they just let her swing away. Nobody out, and Perseus at the plate. Here's the wind in the pitch. Called the strike, so it caught the outside edge. All right, Aguilar, the senior, 25 RBIs on the season. There's a swing. That's going to be a drive out to right, but it'll be caught. And diving back in safely is Morrison. Boy, good job by the right fielder, Utahata. As soon as she caught it, Morrison was off the bag. She was halfway to second base, and she had to dive. She had to turn and sprint back and dive in. And luckily, she got there in time. So that's out number 1 with the runner still at first base. And Caden Apodaca to the plate. She's 1 for 1. First pitch, strike 1 down the middle. She singled her first time through and walked her second time through. Apodaca on the season, 24 RBIs off 18 hits. She's got 7 home runs. Strike 2 called on that outside edge. She is number 2 in home runs on the season behind Aguilar, who has 9. But leads the lead team in, nope, she's 1 behind Aguilar with 24 RBIs. All right, here's the pitch. That's too far outside. Ball 1. 2-1 now the count. On deck for the Bulldogs is Carlo, and in the hole, Rodriguez. We're in the top of the 5th inning, and it's 1-0. Bulldogs with 1 out. She swings and hammers it, but it's going to be foul. That would have been a home run, but she yanked it foul. So Apodaca out in front of these pitches. She was both her previous 2 times as well. So needs to be careful here, watching for that off-speed stuff. That pitch was, I think, was a regular fastball. Here's the pitch. This time she pops it up on the infield. First baseman and catcher run into each other. So I could hear them. There was 2 people saying, I got it. Neither one of them gave. And so the ball is dropped, and the first baseman, Holguin, down on the field. Hopefully she is okay. It looked like the glove or the arm got her face from the catcher, Quiroga. So they're talking to her. Hopefully she's doesn't have anything real bad, but I know it hurt. So luckily for Apodaca, the ball falls, but not so lucky for the first baseman and the catchers. They collided going to get that ball. And it's a really small, tight foul territory here at the ballpark in Lovington, and that ball was basically just straight up and faded over to the right side a little bit. They're still talking to their first baseman. 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. She is now up. Big applause from both the Bulldogs and the Lovington Wildcats. They're dusting her off, and we'll see if she goes back to first. Gets her cap, her visor back on. It came off in the collision. Middle of 4, Goddard, I may have already said this, they're now up 4-2 over Portales. Holguin is back on the field, and so it looks like she will be able to stay on and continue playing. All right, so Apodaca will continue to bat with a 1-2 count. Again, got to stay on top of anything close, does Caden. She's liable to drive 1 out at any time. So that'd be a good top spot to hit at the sophomore. She has 7 home runs on the season, and the pitch before that last one, she drove it out, but foul. This time foul back over our heads here in the press box for another foul ball strike. So again, the count remains 1-2. She's fouled off the last 3. The first 2 were strikes and has a ball sandwiched between them. So she's seen 6 pitches in this at bat. Caden steps back in. Let's see where Quiroga sets up, right in the middle. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Pop fly again in the infield. And the third baseman calls off the catcher this time. And that is out number 2. So just getting under him was Apodaca. She hit several straight up in the air, either backing out play or on the infield. So Kenzie Carlo will step in, as that was out number 2 on the foul ball. There's a swing, and that's a deep drive. That's going to go off the fence, and so a run's going to come in. It's a lot of speed. It's a stand-up double for Kenzie, and a RBI as Morrison was off and running on the hit. That hit the fence and fell for a big double, 2-out double, and an RBI. And it bounced out there because it hit that fence and bounced away from her. But I don't think she could have got her anyhow because Morrison was flying around the base path. So 2-0 Bulldogs on 7 hits so far. They've left for 5 runners on base, but don't want to leave Carlo at short. And so Kinsley steps in. She looks at a ball high and away. Her last at bat, she hit a bomb over the left field wall. She's 1 for 2, flew out her first time, but then hit that home run. And has a runner at second. Here's the pitch, swung on. It's a hard shot. It gets through the glove, but she'll pick it up. And that is out number 3. Hit it right at the first baseman. And Holguin put a glove on it, slowed it down where it just trickled by her. And that is out number 3. But Artesia It's 2 hits with 1 run coming across, 0 errors, and 1 runner left on base paths. So we go into the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 2-0 Artesia.
Artesia General Hospital's family practice providers support the healthcare needs of every member in your family, no matter their age. With locations in Artesia and Carlsbad, our compassionate experts offer a full range of primary services and can help manage chronic conditions, treat illness and injury, and coordinate specialty care. Whether you need a medical provider for your entire family or are getting on track with your annual checkup, we're here for you. Reach out today at artesiageneral.com/family.
Devon Energy is proud to support Artesia High School athletic programs. By partnering with Artesia, we're making an investment in the long-term future of our community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership, skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From our team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Bulldogs from Devon Energy.
All right, the girls in orange have tossed the ball around. They're getting ready to start here in the bottom of the 5th inning with a 2-0 lead. Coming to the plate will be Zabri Rodriguez for the Wildcats. She's 1 for 2, strikeout swinging and a single. Her last time up, it was a little flare out to left field that Warren charged in on, but it was out in front of her. First pitch swung on, shot out to right center, and coming in and making the play is Zoe Warren on the first pitch. Fly ball out to shallow right center field. Good job by Zoe, and a good communication out there by Warren and Morrison, as Morrison went in behind her and no collision. She just goes and makes the play for out number 1. So number 13, Angelina Corral, steps in. She's 1 for 2 with a single and hit into a fielder's choice, and that pitch high and in on the changeup, 1-0. Warren, Morrison, Whitmire left to right. Martinez, Lujan, Carlo, Rodriguez first to third. Aguilar behind the plate. Apodaca in the circle. Here's the pitch. Bounced it up there on another changeup. 2-0 now the count. Getting more updates here from Gene, so I'll take a look. After 4, still 4-2 Goddard. And here's the wind in the pitch. Just outside on a fastball. 3-0 now to Corral. And at Roswell, it's tied up and going into extra innings. 3-3 Carlsbad and the Coyotes. Here at our ball game, 2-0. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Artesia in the defense. Second batter up with 1 out here, and that's called strike 1 down the middle from Apodaca. So 3-1 the count. Ellis on deck and Holkeen in the hole for the Wildcats. And let's see where Aguilar sets up. Right in the middle now. She steps a little bit outside. Ground ball right back to Apodaca. She fields it and fires it to first base for the ground out. 1-3 to put out. And so 2 down now for Zimri Ellis. She walked her first time through and then struck out looking in her second at bat. So she is 0 for 1 in the ballgame. She is a senior. Nope, I'm looking at the wrong sheet again. Darn it. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, third baseman Kinsley picks it up on the second hop and casually fires it over to first base. 5-3 put out, and the Bulldogs get out of that one in a hurry. Bottom of the 5th, they go 1-2-3, 0 hits, 0 runs, 0 errors, and nobody left on base. 2-0, top of 6 coming at you. Michaela Lujan will lead things off. Maddie Martinez on deck, and Zoe Warren in the hole for the Lady Bulldogs.
The Artesia Police Department wants to remind you to lock up your vehicles, take your keys with you, and never leave valuables in your vehicle. If you're looking for a rewarding career in law enforcement, the Artesia Police Department is looking for you. The department is currently hiring certified and uncertified officers. Take advantage of a great retirement plan, paid leave, and medical benefits. Apply in person, online, or call 575-746-5000 for more information. The Artesia Police Department is an equal opportunity employer. And please always remember, don't drink and drive.
Artesia High School Bulldog Sports is made possible thanks to Buckhorn Production, LLC. Founded in 2021, Buckhorn Production, LLC operates over 200 wells in the Permian Basin. Like the Artesia Bulldogs, Buckhorn Production, LLC strives for excellence in all of our operations. We encourage all of our employees to be great members of our community and encourage you to join them in supporting all of our athletes, students, teachers, and administrators. Buckhorn Production, LLC, proud to support the Artesia Bulldogs.
2-0 Artesia as we go into the top of the 6th inning, and Kayla Lujan, the second baseman, going to lead things off for Artesia. Here's the first pitch, just outside, ball 1. Lujan on the season, batting .340. She's got 15 RBIs off of 16 hits, 3 doubles and 2 homers. She'll step back in with a 1-0 count here. And the pitch, high, ball 2. Maddie Martinez on deck, and in the hole, Zoe Warren. As Artesia looking to get insurance runs. They lead 2-0 against the number 1 ranked team in the up. Actually, the coaches poll had them number 2 today behind Gallup. Here's the wind in the pitch. It's going to be called a ball. 3-0 now. Missed outside. So 3-0. Lujan probably sitting on red. But she may get the green light. Quiroga setting up in the inside. That pitch is too far outside, and that's ball 4. So the pitch was away, and she had set up on the inside half. Quiroga going to go out and talk to Sanchez. Calls time. So Maddie Martinez to the plate. She's 1 for 2 with a double out to right center field. I'm sorry, out to left center field. And then she line drived out to center field. Ellis, her last at bat. She has 15 RBIs on the season off of 16 hits. She also has a pair of homers and 3 doubles as she steps in on the right side. 1 for 2 here tonight. Lujan down at first. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. Down. Oh, called it a strike. So caught the outside corner and the lower end of the strike zone. 0-1 the count now to Maddie. Zoe Warren, the 8 batter on deck, and Jenna Whitmire, the 9 batter in the hole. Here's the pitch, and that's too far outside. Snap throw down, not in time. Ball 1, 1-1. Quiroga throws it down fast down there, and getting back safely was Lujan, but a good play by the Lovington catcher. So 1-1 as the pitcher Sanchez back onto the pitcher's plate. Here's the wind and the pitch. Call strike 2, said he caught that outside corner, so 1-2 now to Martinez. She'll be looking to hit anything close. 1-2, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got her. And that is strikeout swinging and out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. So number 13, Zoe Warren, will step in on the right side. She has struck out both times, looking and swinging her last at bat. So she's looking to get off the schneid, drive one somewhere. Is Zoe. Here's the pitch. Squares to bunt it, puts the bunt down, and they're going to go to first and get that out and then throw it down to second, but just trying to see if she could get her off the bag, but a good sacrifice bunt there for Zoe Warren, moving the runner over to scoring position. That is out number 2, but scoring position on the 1-4 put out. Here's the first pitch to Jenna. Big cut, come up empty for strike 1. She struck out swinging both times prior. So Jenna needing to get going here. She's got 12 RBIs off of 11 hits this season. 3 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run to her credit. Here's the pitch. Swing and miss again for strike 2. So low and away, and I'm sure she's going to go there and even further this time. Jenna needs to be close hitting anything close. Here's the pitch. Swung on, pop fly out, right field, shallow right, coming in and making the play is Daphne Udahata for out number 3 on the pop fly. And so the Bulldogs once again leave a person stranded as they get no hits, no runs, no errors on the Lovington Wildcats and 1 runner left on base. Bottom of the 6th coming at you, Bulldogs 2, Wildcats 0.
Dean's Inc. of Artesia provides a superior choice for all your electrification, communication, and supply needs with a vision to be the premier industrial electrical service provider in New Mexico and West Texas, providing unparalleled quality in supplies and service with highly skilled and conscious personnel. We pledge to our customers to exhibit the utmost in integrity and reputation while providing superior quality in all we do. Dean's Inc., located at 409 Commerce Road or online at deansinc.com.
Hey, Robert, I'm your designated driver tonight. Pick you up at 7.
Sober driving today keeps others alive tomorrow. Designated driver. Never drink, then drive.
This message from the Eddy County DWI program.
All right, we go into the bottom of the 6th inning. The Artesia Bulldogs leading 2-0. The final pitch of warm-up just thrown. Artesia needs to get this win tonight to have a hope of winning district, and then they got to rely on Goddard getting 1 or 2 of the games that they play on Friday night against the Wildcats. As the Wildcats are 6-0 in district, Bulldogs 4-2 in district play after falling to the Wildcats last week in their doubleheader of the 3-game series in Artesia.
Now batting, number 23.
So coming to the plate will be number 23 for the Lovington Wildcats. So a pitch hitter coming in for the first baseman, number 23. That's Johanna Ochoa. Johanna Ochoa on the season, the 8th grader. She's only had 4 at-bats, batting .667, but just with 4 at-bats, she'll step in on the right side to face Apodaca for the first time today. The 8th grader for the Wildcats. Here's the pitch, right down the middle, called strike 1, fastball. All right, so 0-1 pitch coming up here. Here's the wind in the pitch. Check swinged and no ask. So ball 1. It was a little bit high and outside. 1-1 now to Ochoa. Apodaca ready to go. And here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on, pop fly. Back into the screen. 4 foul ball, strike 2. Whitmire out in right, Morrison in center, and Warren in left. Martinez, Lujan, Carlo, and Rodriguez first to third. Aguilar behind the plate. And Apodaca in the circle. We're in the top, bottom of the 6th inning. Artesia leading 2-0. And a timeout taken for the first base coach talking to his batter, Ochoa. It has a 1-2 count. So Coach Crandall come out and talk to Aguilar for a minute. 1-2 the count, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 6th, and here's the pitch. Strike 3 call, fastball in the outside corner. Strikeout looking is out number 1, which will bring us to Bailey Garcia, the left fielder, wearing number 21 on her. Whoa, we got another change. So Yaya Garcia, number 21, coming into bat. Number 16, I'm sorry. So another pinch hitter. She'll step in.
Number 16, Ariana Garcia.
So Garcia batting .560 on the season. She's got 14 hits and 14 RBIs. She'll step in to face Apodaca for the first time this evening as the umpire finishes writing down everything in his book for the change that was just made. Garcia Jr. for the Wildcats. Here's the wind and the pitch. High and away, ball one. On deck is the pitcher, number 15, Sabri Sanchez, and in the hole, the right fielder, number 11, Daphne Urahara for the Wildcats. One down, we're in the bottom of the sixth. Bulldogs leading 2-0. Here's the wind and the pitch. Again, a little bit high and away, so 2-0 now to Garcia. She steps back in, ready to go. Getting the sign. Apodaca ready to go. And the pitch. Called, strike one on the outside corner. 2-1 now the count to Garcia. And the 2-1. Ground ball, second baseman picks it up, throws it to first in time, does Lujan for out number 2 on the ground out. 4-3 and 2 down with the pitcher, Sabri Sanchez, coming to the plate. She's 1 for 2. She struck out swinging first time through and then hit a seeing eye single in the 4-hole between 1 and 4. Between 3 and 4, first and second. On deck is the bottom of the order, right fielder Daphne Urahara, and then back to the top of the order, the catcher, Quiroga. The pitch down and away, ball one to Sanchez. Sorry. So Zabri is a junior. He's batting .289 on the season. Here's the pitch. A little bit high, is down the middle, but ball 2. And the 2-0 coming up. The motion, the wind, and the pitch. Call strike one on the inside half, down in the lower part of the strike zone. So 2-1 now the count. Bulldog defense has been playing about midway out in the outfield, straight up in the infield, and straight away in the outfield. Here's the 2-1. That's a foul back into the chain link for strike number 2. As Perseus goes and picks it up, talks to Maddie, tosses it to Caden, and Kinsley talking to Caden in the circle. Now she's going back to third base. So 2-2 the count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th and a 2-0 lead for the Bulldogs. The pitch swung on, hit well. That might get out of here. Nope, it's going to one-hop into the fence. So that's going to be a double, a 2-out double. That ball didn't come off nearly as well as I thought it did, but still a great hit. I thought that might have been a home run, but it was pretty short of being there. It didn't come off the bat as well as I thought, but a great piece of hitting for the pitcher trying to help herself out. She gets into scoring position, and that brings Daphne Urahara. Nope, we're going to have a new batter again. No, we're going to have a courtesy runner. So it'll be number 12. Braylon Hernandez coming in to run. So the tying run now at the plate for the Wildcats, number 11. Daphne Urahara, the junior, batting .375 on the season. She's got 18 hits, 8 RBIs, 5 doubles, and 1 home run. Home run here will tie it up. All right, here's the wind in the pitch. Low and away, ball 1. And by the way, Urahara is 1 for 1 with a double and a walk tonight. So a double here would score a run and cut the lead in half in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch, high, ball 2. So 2-0 now to Urahara. Bulldog defense still playing pretty much straight away. It's got some long shadows on the field, but still bright sunshine. Here's the 2-0. Swung on. That should be a lazy ball fly out. Coming in and making the play, Kenna Morrison. She had to run a long ways, but she gets her on the high pop fly. And that ends the threat as they get 1 run, but no hits. 1 hit, but no runs. There were no Bulldog errors and 1 runner left on base as we go to the top of the 7th, 2-0. Artesia, top of the order to lead off. Kenna Morrison, Perseus Aguilar, Caden Apodaca.
Hocker & Sons of Artesia, a company specializing in excavation and construction, is proud to support and provide construction services to the people and businesses of Eddy County and the surrounding area. With their expert knowledge of the industry, Hocker & Sons is well equipped to offer top-level service and professionalism to all oil field businesses, commercial and private parties with excavation and construction needs. Call Hocker & Sons today at 575-365-3175 or visit their website at hockerandsons.com. Go Bulldogs!
April 8th is National Line Worker Appreciation Day. Central Valley Electric Cooperative's linemen work hard to keep the lights on and often do not receive the recognition they deserve. Being a lineman is not a glamorous profession. Most of us can ride out a storm from the comfort and convenience of our home. However, CVE line workers are on call 24/7 in case severe storms or other circumstances cause the power to go out. If you see any lineman, please take the time to say thank you to the power behind your power. CVE would like to thank all line workers for their courage and commitment to powering our communities, not just on Line Worker Appreciation Day, but every day.
Top of 7, and we're back to the top of the order for the Lady Bulldogs. Kenna Morrison will lead things off. She's 1 for 3 tonight. Her last at bat, she hit a single between first and second, and she's going to fly it over to the right side for a foul ball on the first pitch. 0-1 the count to Kenna. On deck is the catcher, number 15, Perseus Aguilar. And our pitcher tonight, Caden Apodaca, number 24 in the hole. So the 1, 2, 3 batters, all three really dangerous. All three, actually I was about to say all three seniors, 2 of them seniors, the first 2. There's a little bloop, and the second baseman's going to fade back and make the play for an out. And out number 1 here on the bloop pop fly. Out into the grass goes the second baseman and catches it over the shoulder for out. Number 1, Perseus has been behind everything today. She leads the team with 9 home runs, but normally she drives them on the left side, center and left, and she's just been behind the pitches today. Also leads in RBIs with 25, and she looks at ball 1. Tonight she's 1 for 3 with a single, a ground out, and a fly out. Wind is slowed down, but still blowing out the left across the field here at Lovington. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's hit well, and that is going to be a home run for Perseus Aguilar. She can do it any time, and she just did it there. And she wasn't behind that pitch. She hit it deep over the left field fence, and the Bulldogs get an insurance run and now go up 3-0 as Perseus hit it out of the park, the second home run of the Bulldogs game tonight. Rodriguez hit the first, now Aguilar with the second. And that will bring, with 1 out, Caden Apodaca to the plate, the number 2 leader in home runs. Caden is 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a fly out, but she can go deep anytime as well. And she'll step in on the right side. Sanchez looking to her dugout to get her pitch. Caden steps back in, and here's the wind and the 1 out. Swung on, pop fly back. She did that in her last at bat. She popped everything out up, and so we'll see if she can level it out and drive one as that ball got over the chain link backstop. Caden, I don't know if she's dipping her shoulder a little bit or just not getting a good level swing for some reason, but she's popped a bunch of them up. 0-1 the count. Here's the wind and the pitch. She hammered that one. She's level, but it would have been a deep home run, but hit it so far out in front, she was foul ball way outside of the park on the left side. So Apodaca will step back in. 0-2 the count. 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Bulldogs now lead 3-0. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on, pop fly off to the right side, now to play. 4 foul balls. Strike 2, and stays at strike 2, I should say. She's hit 3 straight fouls. Ball comes in from the Lovington dugout to give to the umpire. And now they're going to switch balls. As the catcher said, can I give her this one that came in? And the umpire said, sure. All right, so Caden will step back in here. 0-2 the count. Looking to drive somewhere with 1 out. Here's the pitch, and she does bounce that hard to the shortstop, but a good field and a good stretch. Oh, and she dropped it. And so Apodaca gets on the error. I believe on the first baseman over there. Has it hit her in the glove and then rolled out. So coming in is Niesel to run for Caden. We've seen her do that each time she has gotten on base, the pitcher. So still only one out, one error now in the ball game, and that was on that play. Here's the wind in the pitch, outside, ball 1 to Carlo. Carlo is 1 for 3, hit into a fielder's choice, struck out swinging, and then hit a double and got one of those runs across her last at bat. Here's the pitch. That one called a strike. 1-1 now the count to Carlo. On deck is Rodriguez, and in the hole Lujan for Artesia. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back out of play. So 1-2 now the count with only one out. Carlo has 5 home runs. She's third in that category. She's got 15 RBIs off of 24 hits. And I just looked at the wrong line. That's a high fly ball deep, and that'll hit the fence. So Niesel will go to third, going in for a stand-up double. She had to wait. Hopefully she is okay. I don't know. She ran into the fence out there, the center fielder, Ellis. As that was a deep shot, and having to hold at first was Jimenez, so she did not score on it, but does make her way to third base. They're going to go out and check on the center fielder, Zimri Ellis, make sure she is okay. So the deep shot to left field hit the fence, as did the center fielder. So I'll bring Rodriguez to the plate. She is 1 for 3 with that home run and 1 RBI. And now there's going to be 3 coaches out there to check on their center fielders. All 3 come out. Well, I don't know if they got more than that in the dugout, but 3 come out. They're going to talk to her. She took a minute to get up off the field and ran into the wall out there. Kinsley on deck, and in the hole, on deck is Lujan. Rodriguez is at the plate, and Maddie Martinez in the hole for the Bulldogs. And they've got 2 more runs they can try to get across here. In scoring position at second and third. Carlo at second, and Jimenez at third. The courtesy runner for the pitcher, Apodaca. So Ellis will stay out, so she's up and moving. No limp or anything. Just going to shake that off and hopefully okay. As the 3 coaches will walk off the field for the Wildcats. Kinsley will be stepping in when they're ready to go here. And she is has that pop, just like almost every player on the Bulldogs. She's got 3 home runs now on the season. She had 2 coming in tonight. I said Carlo had 12 RBIs. She actually has 15 off of 30 hits. Now has, with 5 home runs, 2 triples and 7 doubles. She now, and that would be her 8th double on the season. She stands down at second. So Rodriguez steps in. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle, called strike 1. Boy, that's one of those you think about as whacking. But she watched it go by. So 0-1 the count to Kinsley. She steps back in, ready to go. Here's the pitch. Called strike 2 on that outside strike. It catches the front end of the plate. So 0-2 now. Kinsley will have to bear down here and guard everything. She's got 2 runners on base. And that's a high pitch. Good job laying off of that one for Rodriguez. So 1-2 now the count. Bulldogs want to keep going here with only 1 out in the inning. Here's the pitch. That's a changeup that misses away for a ball. 2-2 now the count. Kinsley steps back in. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's going to be a base hit into right field. 1 run will score, and they're going to hold up the runner from second. So Carla will hold up, but that is a base rip and a RBI, her second on the evening. And runners on the corners now as Michaela Lujan will step in. The junior batting .340 on the season. She's got 16 hits, 15 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 2 home runs for Lujan. See if they try a little small ball squeeze, get another run across, or if they're going to go ahead and hit away here, Bulldogs. Here's the pitch. Swung on, pop fly to the right side, out of play for strike one. Lujan is 1 for 1. She singled and walked twice here in the ballgame. Single here would score a run. And the Bulldogs have 4 on the board now with only 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Trying to get another insurance run with a runner 60 feet away. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's a deep shot down the left side, but that will get out of play. 4 foul ball, strike 2. They get the ball back in from out there in the corner. Everybody will reset. Lujan will step back in, guarding the plate with an 0-2 count. And 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Rodriguez over at first, Carlo at third, and she's going to go to second base. So defensive indifference, as she tried to get her to throw her, chase her, and she didn't. So moving down to second on that ball. Defensive indifference was Rodriguez. So Lujan will step back in with a 1-2 count. The pitch swung on, little bloop in the infield. So the shortstop will fade over towards third and make the play. And that'll be out number 2 on the pop fly infield. So coming to the plate now for the Bulldogs, Maddie Martinez. She is 1 for 3 with a double, a line drive, and a strikeout. That line drive out was a big shot out to center field, but Ellis tracked it down. First pitch, called, strike 1 on the outside corner. The senior batting .463 on the season, 19 hits, 11 RBIs. 8 doubles, 1 triple, and 1 home run. Swing and a foul ball backing out of play for strike 2. So again, Sanchez ahead in the count. 0-2 to Maddie. On deck is Zoe Warren, and then the whole Jenna Whitmire for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs have 4 runs across. They lead 4-0 with runners in scoring position. There's a ground ball up the middle, and that's going to score them both. Maddie Martinez with a single, 2-out single, and 2 more runs come across the plate as the Bulldogs now lead 6-0. Still here in the top of the 7th. Zoe Warren coming to the plate. She's 0 for 2. She struck out twice and then had a sacrifice bunt her last at bat, but you can't do that here. If she bunts, it's going to have to be for a single. She'll step in. Here's the pitch. Down low. Ball 1.
Don't give up, man. Don't give up.
On deck is Jenna Whitmire, and in the hole, the top of the order, Kenna Morrison for the Bulldogs as they try to keep this 2-out rally going after the Maddie Martinez 2-out single, 2 RBIs. Swung. That's going to be to that side again, but this time second baseman fields it and throws her out at first base for the 4-3 putout. And that ends the inning, but boy, the Bulldogs do some good damage there, get some insurance runs as they get 4 hits and 4 runs across. There was 1 Lovington error and 1 runner left on base. Top of the order coming up to the plate, Quiroga, Hernandez, Rodriguez. When we come back, bottom of the 7th.
Hello, folks. Martin here from PRMI in Artesia, your hometown lender. Have you been on the fence lately about purchasing or refinancing a home? I know it's a big decision, and the interest rates are playing a huge part in that. I'm here to let you know I understand your concern and would like to talk to you about your options. There are financing products available that may suit your budget, and I'm the person to talk to. I offer a personal service, fast approval process, and a knowledgeable support staff. So call me at 575-749-6278. Let's discuss your options.
PRMI NMLS 3094 is an equal housing lender.
Hi Artesia, Cambria here from your local KFC and Taco Bell. Being a mom of 2 boys, I know the struggle after a long day of trying to get dinner on the table. So let us take that off your to-do list. Come by and try our 10-piece feast. A 10-piece dark special with mashed potatoes, gravy, creamy coleslaw, 5 buttermilk biscuits, and a half-gallon beverage bucket of your choice for only $31.99. We will also now honor our competitors' coupons at our location. Yes, that's right. Save your gas from driving across town and bring their coupons to our store. As always, it's great to be a Bulldog, and we hope to see you soon at your local Artesia KFC Taco Bell.
Down to the final 3 outs for the Lovington Lady Wildcats, down 6-0 here to the Bulldogs. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Apodaca has given up 6 hits to the Wildcats, but scattered them, and the Bulldog defense behind her, not letting any runs come in. The Bulldogs lead here 6-0 in the bottom of the 7th. So they got to score at least 6 to keep the game going. And the top of the order up for the Wildcats, number 2, Anahi Quiroga, the catcher, leading things off. Here's the first pitch. Change up, called, strike 1. So she's 0 for 2 with a line drive and a fielder's choice. She also walked in between those 2 at-bats. So 0-1 the count. Nobody out. Leadoff batter at the plate. The pitch, down and in, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Warren stays out and left, Morrison in center, and Whitmire in right. I said stayed because all the defenses stayed the whole game. Rodriguez, Carlo, Lujan, Martinez from third to first. Aguilar catching Apodaca. Another change up, but this time missed somewhere. So 2-1 now the count to Quiroga. Hernandez on deck, the number 2 hitter, and Rodriguez, the number 3 hitter, in the hole. Aguilar setting up on the inside half, the 2-1 pitch. Actually, then she shifted one outside, but that was outside and high for ball 3. So 3-1 now to the leadoff batter, Anahi Quiroga. Single game tonight, Artesia Bulldogs and the Wildcats from Lovington. Here in Lovington, and the Bulldogs leading 6-0. Bottom of the 7th, nobody out. Leadoff batter up with a 3-1 count. Ground ball. Michaela Lujan goes to one knee, scoops it up, fires it first, and that is out. Number 1 on the routine ground ball. Boy, she did that how they're trained to do it. You don't want anything to get by. She went down to one knee, blocked it in case it did take a weird bump or something off the dirt infield, but scooped it up cleanly, stood up and fired it first. 4-3, out number 1, which brings Layla Hernandez to the plate. She's 1 for 3. That high ball 1. She is a single her first time through, but then flew out and line drived out her next 2 at bats. So 1-0 the count. As Perseus was making sure of the pitch. Now she's ready to go. Swing and a foul tipped into the glove. Strike 1. 1-1 now the count. Lovington down to their final 2 outs. They got to get 6 runs, keep the game going, 7 to win it. Here's the wind in the pitch. That bounces up there for ball 2. So 2-1 the count. So Hernandez will step back in with a 2-1 count and 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss on the ball in the dirt. Fooled her. So Hernandez will step back in with a 2-2 count. A shortstop for the Wildcats. Looking to get something going here with 1 out. They got to get 6 runs to keep the game going. 7 for the win. Pop fly to the right side. Is there room? And it looks like there is room, but it does drop over there in a triangle between the second baseman, right fielder, and first baseman for just a foul ball strike. Just a little too far for any of them to get to it, although they all gave good chase and tried to get there. So 2-2 the count as Hernandez steps back in. Apodaca ready to go. Here's the wind in the pitch. Change up is low, bounced up there in fact. So a full count now to Layla Hernandez. On deck is the number 3 hitter, Zabri Rodriguez, and then the whole cleanup batter, Angelina Corral. 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. She got her, and that is out number 2. Strikeout swinging. So down to their final out are the Wildcats. With number 17, Xavier Rodriguez coming to the plate. She is the second baseman. She is 1 for 3. Struck out her first time, singled out to left her second time, and then flew out to shallow left her third time. And here's the first pitch. Ball way high. Looked like that floater that got away from her again. Little change up that just let go too late, I think. Here's the wind in the 1-0. There it is again, the change up this time for a swinging strike down the middle. So 1-1 now the count. Apodaca ready to go. Here's the wind and the pitch. Outside again came with a floater. That one missed away. Two on the count. And the wind and the pitch. Fastball too high. Ball 3, so 3-1 now to Rodriguez with 2 outs. They're going to have. Here's the wind and the pitch. 3-1. Down the middle. Oh! I guess a little bit low, so ball 4. 2-out walk brings Angelina Corral to the plate. She is 1 for 3. Singled her first time through in the between 5 and 6 over on the left side, but then hit into a fielder's choice and a ground out to Lujan. So 6-0 Bulldogs, but Lovington with a runner on base with 2 outs. Pitch high for ball 1. On deck is Emery Ellis, and in the hole, well, we'll see who. They brought in a pinch hitter last time through, but I don't think they made any defensive changes, so it may be the original person in that spot, who I think was the first baseman. Here's the pitch. That bounces up there. Ball 2. So I don't know if Apodaca's struggling or just trying to make pitches that they swing at, but those 2 pitches not even close to being a strike, and she walked the last batter with 2 outs. All right, Apodaca waiting for the pitch. Now she has it. Here's the wind and the pitch. And that's way too high, and it gets through the glove. So the wild pitch moves the runner down, and it's 3-0 now for Angelina Corral. So that wild pitch gets him out of the force out at second. And Apodaca looking for her sign from Aguilar. She now has it. Here's the 3-0. It's a fastball called strike, caught the inside half. So 3-1 the count. As Apodaca steps back onto the pitcher's plate. Gets her sign from Aguilar. Runner at second. 3-1 count. 2 down, bottom of the 6th. Strike 2 on the outside half. So full count now to Corral. The number 4 hitter in the lineup plays third base. Angelina Corral. 2 down, full count. Runner at second. And the pitch. Bounces it up there for ball 4. So I don't know what she tried there, but boy, that ball didn't even get close to the plate. It had like 10 feet out in front and rolled. So that'll bring Emery Ellis to the plate, the center fielder who ran into the fence out there in the center field in the top half of the inning, but she appears to be all good. She walked her first time through and then struck out and grounded out, so she's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. That's a ground ball, shortstop side. She pick it up, fire it across, not in time, and then it gets by Maddie Martinez. So a run comes. The second run is coming around. The throw is not in time. That's going to move the runner over to second. So with 2 outs, the Bulldogs have error and error, 2 errors in a row. So that was actually, I think that was a single. That was a tough play, slow roller. But in the deep hole, but then the throw over got her home from, well, actually she came home on the hit, on the infield hit. And then going to second to third, and then going to second on the error on the first baseman, and going home on the error by the throw on the shortstop. All right, so there's now 2 runs across. It's 6-2 Bulldogs, 2 outs, and to the plate comes Joanna. Well, let's see. Actually, I think it is number 9. It's Jocelyn Holguin coming back in to bat. She was pinch hit for in the last inning, or her last at bat. She's back in to bat. Here's the pitch. Down the middle, called strike 1. They wanted that one to be too low, did the Lovington crowd, but it was on the lower half of the strike zone according to the umpire. So runner at second, 2 down. Ellis at second, Holguin at the plate. 6-2 Bulldogs. Swing, and it's a ground ball, and picking it up and going to first base is the second baseman, and that will end the ball game. Ground out to Lujan, 4-3, and 4-3 put out, and so 6-2 our final score here at the ballpark in Lovington. The Bulldogs come to 5-2 in district. The Lovington Wildcats will drop to 6-1 in district play. We're going to go and take a quick break. When I come back, we'll give you the final line of this ball game. The big line is 6-2 Artesia.
Now is a pretty darn good time to be shopping for a truck. Here at Guy Chevrolet, they have both the GMC Sierra 1500 and the Chevrolet Silverado 1500 truck being offered with only 1.9% financing on approved credit. 1.9% saves you thousands on your payments. Let Guy Chevrolet's friendly staff help you select the Chevy Silverado or GMC Sierra of your dreams and get 1.9% financing while they last. Guy Chevrolet, treating you like family for 99 years. On the corner of 1st and Main in Artesia.
Pressure Services LLC in Artesia has immediate openings for experienced vacuum truck, kill truck, and hydrovac operators. Operators must hold a Class A CDL or Class D CDL, at least 2 years of experience, and be at least 25 years of age. All positions require a clean driving record and must be able to pass a DOT drug and alcohol screen. Pressure Services offers great pay with IRA benefits and employer contributions toward health benefits. Please apply in person at 402 West Main in Artesia, inside the Ed Safety Facility. Equal Opportunity Employer.
All right, welcome back here to KSVP Radio and KSVPTV.com. Joby Hodling on the call, and our final score is 6-2 Artesia. As they get one back from Lovington, who defeated them twice in the first 2 games of the 3-game series in Artesia. So Lovington gets 2 runs there in the bottom of the 7th off of a couple of errors on the Bulldogs and a couple of hits. But it wasn't enough, as they end up getting 7 hits. They had 1 error, and they leave 10 runners on the base paths and score 2 runs. For the Lady Bulldogs, they get 1 in the 4th on a home run, 1 in the 5th on a double off the wall and an RBI, and then 4 in the 7th with another home run and a couple of doubles. 6 runs off 11 hits. They had 2 errors there in the bottom of the 7th. And they leave 3 runners on the base paths, but they get the win. The final score, 6-2. Got a couple updates from Gene back in Artesia. After 5, let's see here. After 6, it's tied up, Goddard and Portales, 4-4, and that's a pivotal game for Artesia. Well, actually, that one isn't, but the ones on Friday night will be. And then it's final in Roswell. Carlsbad wins 5-4 over Roswell in 8. On behalf of Gene back in Artesia, my wife Pam up top here doing the camera work. This is Joby Hodling saying I hope you have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you Thursday night in Artesia as Artesia Baseball hosts the Goddard Rockets in Game 1 of their 3-game set. And that 3-game set will decide the district champions as they both come into the ball game 6-0.
That concludes this presentation of sports on AM 990 and 93.7 FM KS.